All right. What is going on, everyone? Happy Monday, and welcome back to another edition of our Stay at Home Open Mic. This is our little corner of the internet that we've been hosting an online space that's repetitive since April 2020. You know what I'm saying? So it is now March of 2025. We're still here. We got the whole crew with us, a couple new names and a couple familiar names from other spaces, as always. This is an open mic, and just like any other open mic, if you want to perform, all you have to do is sign up. There is a link to sign up in the description of this video. It looks it's a pretty healthy list today. So, if somebody drops out, otherwise it might be kind of late in the night. I know this is a late show for many people, especially for those of you watching in time zones where it's a little later in the night. Us here in El Paso, we're coming to you from the US Southwest, so it's mountain time, mountain daylight savings time. Oh my God, right? Fernando wrote a whole article ranting about it. If you know, you know. If you're Arizona, I guess you don't. But we are happy to be here again, once again, every week. And if you do want to eventually read your work, by the way, this open mic, we encourage any kind of writing. So if you write poetry, if you write any kind of prose, speculative fiction that you can break into smaller segments, and of course, originals as well as covers. So if you want to pay tribute to a writer that you admire, that you're currently reading, or that you're currently studying in a certain aspect of craft, then please, by all means, share. It's a great way to introduce writers to new people, and that is kind of one of the gifts of art. Because we could all use a little bit of that right now in the world, a little bit of community, a little bit of togetherness, and inspiration and hope in that way. Anyway, if you are watching, the other thing you can do is thank you, dear audience. We appreciate you for tuning in. If you are tuning in for the live stream, feel free to hang out with us in the live chat, say hello. We always have a lot of regulars who hang out there as well as a lot of performers who hang out there. And of course, if this is your first time, say hello where you're listening in from. And if it's not Monday and it's not live, as I think Robin likes to say, hello, future, or the people watching, listening in the future, uh, yeah, leave a comment. Let us know, who did you like, who did you enjoy. Lastly, if you're with EPCC, there's instructions in the description on how to get the Tejano passport code. Basically, just watch and listen and write a quick review and email me. Otherwise, okay, try and be quick with this. Try and be really quick with this. Okay. So this week we do have once again a very, very action-packed week with the open mic series. Tomorrow we will be downtown at Rosewood. Come on through. That is our verse and harmony open mic. So if you are a poet, if you're a writer, if you're a musician, then come sign up. Starts at 8 p.m. Show starts at 9. Wednesday, we have our second edition of the Writers' Night. I felt the first one went really well, and hopefully we can ride that momentum into a nice spring break Writers' Night. As always, it's going to be leading with a workshop at 7, writing workshop at 7 till about 8:30. Brief little moment to interact and mingle, and then an open mic for writers at 9 p.m. That is at Proof and Press. It was a whole lot of fun. You can find pics that I took on our social media. Thursday, we have a brand new event on the east side of town. That's super exciting. It's really fun to be spreading out. Of course, we have open mics in Las Cruces every now and then that we team up with, and we're encouraging them to do more events over there. But right now, we're going to the east side, and that'll be Rally Point Coffee East. We kind of expect a big crowd, so kind of be there a little early. What I'm really excited though is to initiate a new host into the BWOMS tradition, and that will be my friend Jez, who is an amazing singer-songwriter, artist, and supporter of community. So if you haven't heard her perform before, like, she's amazing. You can follow and support her sisters, Pie Music, or Pie Sisters online, and today I met up with Fernando, aka King Grizz. We shot a few promos for another event we have coming up that we are going to debut in April. So lots going on, lots going on. And the best way to keep up with all of this stuff is to follow us on social media. So whatever you use, we are personally trying to use Blue Sky more. So interact with us so we feel like it's working. You know what I'm saying? And other than that, bwoms.com, our website. Okay, so now's the time where I get to shut up. Thank you. Right, right. Yeah. And we're gonna go ahead and move on to the performers. And we're gonna kick things off. Let's take a look here at the list. Okay. Representing the Paso Poetry Workshop and coming here quite often, regularly now, which I really appreciate. We have Ed Gonzalez to kick things off. Ed, yo, what's up, man? Happy Monday. Glad it's not a dusty, windy day, but we are happy that the wind brought you in to our mic. All right, when you're ready, Ed, take it away.
Okay. Hey, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Glad you could be here. Happy Monday. Wanted to thank Richie, Barbed Wire, and all the Monday regulars. I learned so much from everybody, so I'm very appreciative and very appreciative. I got some old stuff that I'm going to read first. I have one that I wrote for Michael's the last tumble words for Michael's, and some stuff that I wrote during the superhighway. I'm going to start off with an old one. This one's entitled Mormons at Dusk. LDS at the door. After a series of knocks, I open the door to see the two. Badges reflecting the glare from off my security lighting, now glistening. I smile and say, "Hello, brothers. How goes the day?" At that moment, I wish I had my phone to document the stunned look on their pale faces. I believe they're more used to resistance than they're more used to resistance. After a series of seconds, they gathered themselves and asked if I wanted to hear their message. I smile and decline. I said, "I am cooking at present. I wish you a blessed day." Then, with my hands on the door, I noticed them peeking past me at my statue of Hotai, writing and eloquent. They looked at each other and smiled. I said, "Peace, brothers." And they said, "Hey, God be with you." And I replied, "Thank you. For you the same," as they wandered off. Okay, that was one of my old ones. And this one's from the last tumble words, Michael's tumble word, entitled Formidable. Life is living, and we are presented with this ego-laden brain to provide info, a biological Google, if you will. Our daily lives are a collection of things like Women's Day and my son's birthday. These are things to be celebrated. I love my son, and on Women's Day in particular leads me to think of my mother and the courage she displayed raising us five. I see the same tenacity in my daughter raising her two sons. All praise and honor to the two goddesses. And also returning to my anxious fight or flight timer on my brain, reminding me to refocus and return attention to my breathing and return to the glorious present moment and living and not merely surviving. All right. Okay. And this is one I wrote. I was on a Poetry Superhighway last night and I heard someone that I've never heard from. Her name is Mega Sood. She's my newest hero. She's amazing. And of course, I entitled it Fierce. Alt-right has goose-stepped their way into the White House to follow their manifesto to distract while women's rights are being stripped away. But they will find us on our feet, ready to fight, with gritted teeth and fists raised, delivering our written word echoing plans to bring them to their knees. We will crush their plans of limitation with our implementation of orders of abundance. There is no quit here, only fire. Miss Sue definitely got me fired up. So anyway, this is actually some of her work. Oh, pardon me. I almost forgot implementation of my hat for cover. This one is one entitled Bones, an Ode to Survival by Mega Sood. My bones rattle as they speak the truth. My bones reek of time and of stories and of stores, memories in them, like the calcified truth. My bones store the light. They carry the burden of the hidden scars, marked and chalked on its joints. My bones sometimes sing the lullaby, a soothing song for your ears, and sometimes rings in the symphony of death. They are shedding the truth by times, slowly and surely, reminders of the mortality of this ossified truth beneath my skin, holding the truth together. You think you can dissolve and crush their identity in your guile and acidic reality, but bones have patience. They will stand their ground till the truth is unlodged for everyone to see. My bones, a winding maze of hollow memories, a living testament marked and etched with survival stories, where time stays deathly still. And that was my cover poem. Thank you, Richie and Barbed Wire, for this wonderful chance. I hope to see everybody there, or whoever can make it to Rally Point East. Hope to see you all there. Also, El Paso Poetry Workshop. We're on Facebook. Please stop by and take a look. Thank you, everybody, and I will sit by and enjoy all yours wonderful work.
All right. Thank you so much, Ed. And yeah, definitely if you guys are looking for a nice workshop led by some amazing writers, that's definitely worth checking out. I usually have the link ready to go. I've been posting it the last couple weeks, but hey, Thursday, catch us at Rally Point Coffee East. Again, it's gonna be we'll be there, we'll be there to support. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and continue in El Paso, or as our next performer wrote down, 1,800 miles away from the birthplace of powered flight. That's right. Also, if you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, you may have noticed a new release today. David had a chance to drop by the studio and record a little session. So bookmark or check out when you have a chance Fresh Cuts featuring David Latif, who is also coincidentally up next. So everyone here is David Latif. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? All right. When you're ready, go and take it away. Oh, wait, you're still muted.
Oh, okay, there we go. Hi. Yes, the intro was slightly related into how much I like fixed wing aircraft and hate rotary wing aircraft. This is called Fuck Helicopters. When I was younger, I had an obsession with powered flight, but it was always fixed wing flight. I was never the biggest fan of helicopters. They were far too loud, far too violent, beating the air into submission, bullying the poor molecules into lifting the damn thing aloft. I wasn't wrong about them, I guess. I hear them fly over my apartment on a daily basis to hunt human beings, predating on the poor. They patrol back and forth between the back of our parking lot and a mountain named after a poor migrant deity who claimed that all of us belong. I hope that those machines so full of hatred and bigotry fail and fall and burst into flames the way they reliably do in Hollywood movies. I don't think I can make that happen. I have no surface-to-air missiles or even a BB gun, so I flip them off when they thunder overhead and hope that does the job. The next one is a sequel poem. It's called 22 2. My red wheelbarrow broke today. I hadn't realized how much depends on it. You're right, Mr. Williams. So much. So much. And then I'm gonna do some poems from my book. It's called The Chair, A Cluttered Pile of Neuroqueer Poetry. You can get it on Amazon, or if you don't want to support a literal cartoon supervillain, you can find me at an open mic night and you can buy a copy directly from me. Um, this poem's called https://youtube.be/IAAPJF01NWI. I wanted to send this to you. It's an animatic of the song Big Iron, a song that I first heard not in Fallout New Vegas like everyone else in our generation, but at your birthday party, sung to us by real life cowboys that your parents had invited. Sadly, I can't send it to you because I don't have your phone number and because I drove by your house, but the lights weren't on. Partially because it was 1 in the morning, but I don't even know if your parents live there after you left this world. So many things have changed. I mean, I don't even know if we'd still be friends had you stayed alive. But I'd like to imagine that we would be going off on adventures like we used to. I appreciate that you still come to visit in my dreams every once in a while. I miss you. And his last one is called I Sent a Poem to My Professor, former professor, about something we talked about in one of his classes, with hopes that he'd have something nice and thoughtful to say. He always did. I wanted to apologize for dropping out without telling him, for disappearing the way I would when things weren't well with me. I wanted to tell him how much each class meant to me, even though my grades didn't reflect that. I wanted to show him all the gratitude and shame that knock about inside my heart. I wanted to share everything and the poem. But I didn't. I just said thank you for everything and hoped he would understand. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Richie, for putting this all together. Richie, Kit, everyone involved. Like, I love y'all so much. You make a wonderful home for me. Um, I have a Substack now. You can follow me on Substack at Poetic Universal Friend. I'm uploading a bunch of poems that are in this book and in other places so that like you can find them and read them along with like other stuff like a Ryobi powered lightsaber that I'm working on. I'm very excited to share that with people. So, yeah, thanks a bunch.
Awesome. Yeah, looking forward to that. And sorry, I was actually pasting the link in the live chat there on YouTube. I see you got Andres there, Sandy, we got Ed. What's going on, everyone? Yeah, if you're in the live chat, say hello. If you I'll give you a shout out. If you follow or subscribe, I'll give you a shout out. Yeah, yeah. A poll for clicking the like button. I got to figure that out. Okay. But we're gonna go ahead and I did share David's Substack link there, so you can check it out, subscribe even, and also I posted a link to the YouTube video, the fresh cuts. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and continue with the mic, and we're gonna go a little up north and visit our friend in Denver. Next up is Mike Sindler. Mike, when you're ready, go and take the mic.
Okay, thank you very much, Richie. I think we're off to a wonderful start. And just looking at all the faces to come, it's going to be a great night. Uh, I'm going to go ahead and, as always, put up my little tattered thing here for lighthouseriders.org, which I just really think is a wonderful, wonderful place and organization, and highly recommend people, all you people out there in YouTube land, to just check it out. Um, this is Women's History Month, and that is something we should all take very seriously. And thus far, I'm going to do a sort of Diane Ward, Finn Bell thing, and I am just going to completely read other people's stuff. And I'm going to start way back, all the way going back to Sappho, as translated by Anne Carson, her hymn to Aphrodite. Deathless Aphrodite of the spangled mind, child of Zeus who twists lures, I beg you, do not break with hard pains, O lady, my heart. But come here if ever before you caught my voice far off and listening left your father's golden house and came yoking your car, and fine birds brought you quick sparrows over the black earth, whipping their wings down the sky through midair. They arrived. But you, O blessed one, smiled in your deathless face and asked what? Now again, I have suffered, and why? Now again, I am calling out. And what I want to happen most of all in my crazy heart, whom should I persuade? Now again, to lead you back into her love, who I, Sappho, is wronging you. For if she flies, soon she will pursue. If she refuses gifts, rather she will give them. If she does not love, soon she will love even unwilling. Come to me now, loose me from hard care, and all my heart longs to accomplish. You be my ally. And I'm going to get a bit more contemporary bit by bit here. I'm going to go, we mainly know Emma Lazarus for one poem, and it's a great poem, no doubt about it, but she wrote a lot of other great stuff. And this one is called Venus of the Louvre. Down the long hall she glistens like a star, the foam-born mother of love transfixed to stone, yet none the less immortal, breathing on. Time's brutal hand hath maimed, but could not mar. When first the enthralled enchantress from afar dazzled mine eyes, I saw not her alone, serenely poised on her world-shaped throne, as when she guided once her dove-drawn car, but at her feet a pale, death-stricken Jew, her life adorer, sobbed farewell to love. Here Heines wept, here still he weeps anew, nor ever shall his shadow lift or move, while mourns one ardent heart, one poet brain, for vanished halos and Hebraic pain. And moving up quite a bit more to one of our great contemporary poets, Tracy K. Smith. Y'all should look at Tracy K. Smith's stuff on the page because she does really interesting things as far as spacing and stuff like that. So I highly recommend actually taking the time to look at her work. And this is called The Will to See Oneself as Fragile. The will to see oneself as fragile, fallible, liable to fail. To consider a stranger and hear in the mind's ear one's true voice, insisting, I must change. Ordinary people do this. Patient, urgent work. Alone and together, day upon day upon day, like my mother once, leading her ailing mother back through the maze of our suburban scrawl, past ache, past haze, past confusion and rage, towards a neat room where waited prayer, fear, forgiveness, grief, grace. This is a poem about kin and neighbors and nations, adrift in error, under siege. This is a ceasefire poem. And lastly, I'm going to do this one. I have a particular love for this poem because I was lucky enough to be taking a class with her, and she used this poem as one of her examples that we then worked with. And it's the great Ada Limon. And the poem is How to Triumph Like a Girl. I like the lady horses best, how they make it all look easy, like running 40 miles per hour is as fun as taking a nap or grass. I like their lady horse swagger after winning. Ears up, girls, ears up. But mainly, let's be honest, I like that they're ladies. As if this big, dangerous animal is also a part of me, that somewhere inside the delicate skin of my body, there pumps an 8-pound female horse heart, giant with power, heavy with blood. Don't you want to believe it? Don't you want to lift my shirt and see the huge beating genius machine that thinks, no, it knows it's going to come in first? So once again, here's to women this month and to every month. Thank you.
All right. And as always, thank you, Mike. If you missed the beginning of that set, check out Lighthouse Writers, a great resource for writers, a lot of online opportunities. Also, if you're ever in Denver. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and come back to El Paso for our next performer. And was great to see her at the previous writers workshop thing. And yeah, if you are there either on Wednesday, if you're there on Wednesday, I'm gonna bring a book for you to sign because I have a bunch of books that I've been collecting from the community that I eventually want to start doing giveaways for. Again, still looking for suggestions. But anyway, that is an aside. Everyone, we've got Robin Schofield up next. Robin, hello, happy Monday.
Hey, Richie. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. And for you people in the future watching on YouTube, have a happy day, whatever day it is. And hope there's not a sandstorm. So I'm going to read a few poems and then, of course, my cover poem. And this one they're all kind of springtime poems. This one's called Saving the Peaches. At the seasonal pick-your-own stand, my uncles hand out bushel baskets to all comers who pick their own peaches at my grandfather's orchard, divided from from their farm by Interstate 35, land they used to own. We took a truck through concrete tunnels, 10 kids in the back, no danger feared. Tall arms like sails filling up with wind reach up for bright globes, and us cousins hunker down in red Oklahoma dirt. Aunt Rita and Uncle John weigh the results and collect money for the rosy peaches, happy to be in the orchard summer while the crop is in, ready and soft, ripe as sunrise. When we brush against bull nettle, Granddad uses wet dirt to cure our red welts. In the fall, peach preserves serve as dessert. Through the winter, they burn in their jars. I remember last spring the hubbub. We were sent to bed without dessert. The night freeze sending the grown-ups scurrying to the orchard with smoking iron pots. I remember the grass was white like lace. The leaves crackled. The periwinkle died. The fire kept living inside the iron, its roses deep in the flaming pots, adult hands carried to the base of trees to save the future fruit in pre-dawn cold. My grandmother stayed behind to keep us. I couldn't be soothed and couldn't sleep when the peach crop could be wrecked. All night, I imagined my aunts and uncles, arms strained with the weight of the red coals, again and again tromping across the orchard to bear the burning toward the new pink buds. Oh yeah, for some reason we were talking about goats last week, and I thought I would bring this poem. A true story. Goatman Bridge. We thrilled to scare each other in this haunted place hung with grapevines. As teenagers, we could sense a terrible shadow here, but didn't imagine the actual tragedy that had occurred. We said a half man, half goat drove a white pickup and carried a shotgun, that he hunted us endlessly in our shivering, shimmering skins. How did we know and yet not know that a murder had taken place here of a black goat herder, Oscar Washburn, the goat man? The KKK couldn't have a prosperous and popular black man anywhere near Copper Canyon. The Klansmen got spooked after they hanged him over Old Alton Bridge and his body disappeared. So they told each other it was witchcraft, and they went back and murdered his family and his flock. Now that the real history has come out, Old Alton Bridge, or Goatman Bridge, as we called it, is considered one of the most haunted places in Texas. No doubt Mr. Washburn's unsettled spirit is feared and felt there, but also the restless ghosts of the spooked Klansmen doomed to wander the dark bridge where they murdered an innocent man. Yeah, I hung out there a lot as a kid, and I never knew the history until I was an adult. All right, so this is a sonnet because it has 14 lines. This is called Lines Written After I Catch the COVID Variant Going Around London, after Eduardo C. Corral. All waves retreat toward joy. Joy is an onyx stone whirled inside a volcano. We have yet to measure traces of joy, like a photon. Joy departs as noisily as a coyote in heat. It's illegal to puff on joy out in the open. In my skull, joy opens the crown chakra. Flightless owls burrow into joy, building nests. I throw a pinch of rock salt over joy. In some languages, joy is a verb. Bull's horns bruise the blue sky of joy. Like the moon, joy will keep her distance from you. Joy poses for her portrait, still as a mirror. In the dark, joy climbs a tree and waits by the watering hole. Above the floor of joy, my arteries inch toward the dirt. This is also a sonnet. It's a very thin sonnet, snaking down the page. Future tense. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Songbird of spring, symphony in his syrinx, trilling for a mate, feathered allegro, uncomposing whole notes to seek out cloaca, notations to a clutch, mud puddle of music, blue sky full of tunes, crisscross fleshy flutes, courting his counters to court the countless leaves in the tree. That was also a sonnet. And now I want to do my cover poem. And I've done it before, but it's Women's History Month, so it's by a woman, Muriel Rukeyser. And she was just an incredible critic and poet of the 20th century. And it's incredible how relevant it is, how prescient, how prophetic. It was written in 1968. Poem. I lived in the first century of world wars. I lived in the first century of world wars. Most mornings I would be more or less insane. The newspapers would arrive with their careless stories. The news would pour out of various devices, interrupted by attempts to sell products to the unseen. I would call my friends on other devices. They would be more or less mad for similar reasons. Slowly, I would get to pen and paper, make my poems for others unseen and unborn. In the day, I would be reminded of those men and women, brave, setting up signals across vast distances, considering a nameless way of living of almost unimagined values. As the lights darkened, as the lights of night brightened, we would try to imagine them, try to find each other, to construct peace, to make love, to reconcile waking with sleeping, ourselves with each other, ourselves with ourselves. We would try by any means to reach the limits of ourselves, to reach beyond ourselves, to let go the means, to wake. I lived in the first century of these wars. Thank you, everybody. And do check out Tumblewords, which is where I get a lot of my first drafts. And it's on Zoom at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. And you can ask Kit Wren about it. Get in touch with him on Facebook. I'm on Facebook under my name if you'd like to get in touch. And on let's see, what's the other thing? Instagram. Yeah. So just find me under my name on Facebook if you want to.
All right, perfect. And you can also catch Robin here on Mondays and every now and then at our live events, including Old Sheepdog when Kit's hosting. Very awesome stuff. Uh, and our next performer. Wait, I was gonna say something else. Hold on. What I messed something up. Yeah. Thanks to Sandy, I put a poll up there. So cool. Appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and go to our next reader from South Euclid, Ohio, and we've got Doc Janning here once again. We missed you last week. Glad you're doing okay. Back home better. But Doc, when you're ready, go and take it away.
Very good. My first poem is titled Dhyana, and it's spelled Dhyana. It's Sanskrit for meditation. Departing, veils of dawn in a procession of light, sun rises in majesty of day. Treading in soft, measured pace, it rises to noontime zenith in blue baldaquin of sky. Thence it paces through time, a slow descent to twilight, to deep golds and purples of gloaming. Shades and shadows of night become Mazarin dark, and Sol rests, awaiting dawn. All in diurnal cycle Dhyana, a samsara of ancient future and present past. Infinity expressed in moments. This is feng shui, journeying with the waters of Euclid Creek in timeless flow and eternal samsara, a cycle from sky to land, land to stream, stream to lake, thence to the sea, and return to the sky. Feng shui of nature, glowing in sunlight, rippling through shadows, dappled rhythms of time. A chiaroscuro palette of the year, carrying hopes and dreams, angst, love, and sorrow of life. Infinity in a molecule, in a drop of water. And I'll finish with Crucible of Time. In moments, moments between, life happens. Colors and sounds are born, reflect and refract, echo, resonate, and blend. And in the crucible of time, they become us. Thank you.
All right. Was that it?
That's it.
Got it, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, my bad. Sometimes I don't know if it's a dramatic pause or you're looking for the next poem.
No,
I just All
not
right, cool.
tonight.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Doc. Appreciate that. Yeah, I had to step away really quick. Man, my cat is such a he demands, even if he has food in his bowl, he demands like an escort to, yeah, for safety, I guess. Anyway, yeah, thank you, Doc. We're gonna go ahead and keep this thing going. And oh, we have a name that we have not seen in a good while. I saw that he did a Cafe Generalissimo earlier today. Joining us from, according to him, Antarctica. We've got Generalissimo up next. Welcome back to the Monday night open mic with the BWOMS. Brian, when you're ready, let's see, where are you? Let me highlight you. Yeah, here you are. Okay, you should have told me. Yeah, all right. When
Yeah,
you're ready, Brian. Hey,
yeah, I think we'll start off with some haikus, if that's okay with yous. Um, some of them have titles: Why We Need Veggies for Survival, Celery and palms and artichokes all have hearts, but poets have souls. The next one is the 11th commandment: Thou shalt not forsake individuality for thy poetry. The next one is titled Self-Portrait. I painted myself with words and ink on paper to make poetry. The next one, Proof Angels Exist on Earth. I know poetry has saved my life more than once, and it will again. Let's see. Okay, and then we're going to go to some haikus about haikus. This one is titled Why I Took the Laxative. Everyone else wrote regular poetry. I wrote a haiku. And then the rest don't have titles. If you eat haiku, you will grow a syllable, which can be useful. If you tell haikus long enough and loud enough, you turn into one. A haiku holic always says stuff in groups of 5, 7, and 5. I set a haiku on fire by biting my tongue and burnt my mouth down. A haiku chased me around in circles for hours till I caught my tail. Haikuless days are when the sun and moon conspire to excise all light. On days I just can't come up with a new haiku, I feel all alone. And let's see. I have just two newer poems. The first was just accepted into the Moonstone Arts World Poetry Day anthology. It's called The Wabi Sabi of It All. Once upon a time, I entered a colorful photo of a sunset into Photoshop and turned it black and white, which made the sky look like the calm before a storm. Once upon a time, I witnessed a friend's grandmother carefully removing wilted petals from roses she had picked from her prized rose bushes before arranging them in a crystal vase filled with Sprite. I wonder if I'd explained the concept of wabi-sabi to her, would she have left the wilted petals be? Of course, I didn't learn about wabi-sabi till after she died. Once upon a time, I sent Mom a dozen yellow roses on her birthday the year Dad died. She informed me my father used to send her yellow roses on her birthday, which I didn't know about. I wanted to plant a yellow rose bush behind my parents' gravestones and was informed it was against cemetery rules. It's been almost 11 years since she passed. I have been urged to plant that rose bush anyway. And then I'll just do one more poem, which is called The Shard Truth. A diamond's value is judged on brilliance and clarity. Brilliance, which creates sparkle, is how white light refracts through the diamond. Clarity is how a diamond's surface allows for greater brilliance. But there must be a point, though, when brilliance impedes clarity. Every day I wake, I step barefooted onto carpeted floor, yet find myself walking on broken glass sharp enough to pierce the soles of my feet. I step into the shower, and instead of smooth tile, there is broken glass. I slip into thick, soft winter socks and comfortable boots, and every step I take is on broken glass. This glass is not composed of silica, sodium, calcium, and carbon. It is a mishmash of stress, depression, anxiety, trauma, and turmoil. Every so often, I meet another broken glass person. I know they are a broken glass person because all broken glass people have broken glass person radar. Likewise, the other broken glass person will realize I'm a broken glass person. While we try to hide being broken glass people from non-broken glass people, we can discuss our broken glass with other broken glass people without judgment, creating makeshift chosen family communities of broken glass people. Every piece of broken glass has a shelf life. Like sea glass that gets tumbled smooth by ocean sand with ocean current, each shard of a broken glass person's broken glass gets tumbled by being stepped on daily, pushed into sand by decisions made only to resurface repeatedly till it has been worn as smooth as sea glass. When that happens, the broken glass person retrieves it and transforms it into a smile, or poem, or painting, or frittata, or sweet potato pistachio pina colada pancakes. The non-broken glass people who bear witness to this formerly soul-piercing piece of broken glass will marvel at its brilliance. But broken glass people will know what they are experiencing is a piece of broken glass that has achieved clarity. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Brian. Any plugs or things you want to mention really quick before we move on?
No, not right now. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And it has been quite some while, so it's good to hear your words again, to hear your voice. As always, whenever you are free, I know it gets late too, so whenever you are also awake, feel free to join us on Mondays. Good to have you. All right, we're gonna keep it going though. We got a pretty healthy list, as I mentioned, so we're gonna go ahead and drop in to Pittsburgh, where we have our friend Vale Larkin ready to share a little something. Vale, hey,
Hi.
good to see you too.
Good to see you. Yeah. Hi. Okay. I haven't been here in a bit, so I thought I'd use it for a good cause. First, there is an organization, Jewish Voice for Peace. I myself am not Jewish, but they accept members from all walks of life and all faiths and all cultures who support the liberation and peace of the Palestinian people and everyone else in Israel and Lebanon and Syria. These next two poems are about this, and I will give trigger warnings. So far in Gaza, at least 17,000 children have been killed by the war. On January 29th, 2024, Hind Rajab was one of them. So far in our country, at least 4 people have committed self-immolation in protest of the war on Gaza. On February 25th, 2024, serviceman Aaron Bushnell was one of them. Please take care of your needs and mute if it's needed. Breathe. There's the smell of petrochemicals in the air, like always, like on every run off base. You say, this is what the ruling class has decided will be normal. In Gaza, a young girl lies broken beneath the engine block of a car. The car is full of her family, and they are broken and they are all dead. While she calls for help, the soldiers surround her, and the smell of petrochemicals. You say, this is what the ruling class has decided will be normal. The camera is set on the ground. You breathe. You say, free Palestine. You breathe. You say, free Palestine. You breathe. The girl in Gaza says, when are you coming to get me? Suddenly, there is blazing light. Thank you. It is dark in Gaza, and we are playing cards in Pittsburgh, where we check our phones for news each hour like birds back to feeders full of antifreeze and grief. It is dark in Gaza now, while we play cards, gin rummy, because war is a game for children who believe that luck makes them heroes, and misfortune is always deserved when they win. It is dark in Gaza today because, can anyone say? Is it the men who went rampaging, blood in the streets, cries of the women and children, or is it the bombs falling? It is dark in Gaza, and we are playing cards and talking about Gaza and our friends who have family there and family in Israel, and all in a world where prophets have armies, ravening hordes, both sides, every god alike, blood-stained hands against the huddled throngs. It is dark in Gaza. No, that's a lie. It is blazing there. Every fire, every flare, the scream of phosphorus like the screams of women and children spreading like oil slick, like the wings of bombers, like the wings of brutal men, and death comes bright as sunlight. We are playing cards in Pittsburgh. They are calling it dark in Gaza. Soldiers are marching and we are watching ourselves unstuck in time again. I wonder who will be left to write the poetry of this city. Voices like birds against cruel window panes. We speak of the dying, we speak of the dead, and dark comes to Gaza. Thank you.
Thank you, Vale. Can you link that group that you mentioned, by the way?
Yeah, I'll post a link in the chat.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, they have a daily kind of half hour about 3:00 Eastern where you can log into Zoom and just get ideas for actions and support and commiseration. It's a really good situation.
Okay, cool. Thank you for shedding light on that group. Thank you. And for sharing that piece. Don't have enough of it, especially at our online mics. But remind me of a young kid who was coming into our open mics who was very prominently, writing about this. Okay, thank you. Yeah, perfect. Okay, thanks for that, Vale. Yeah, I can't say thanks enough. Anyway, we are going to come back to El Paso. Let me double check. Yes, we got a little bit of music, guys. So sit back, relax. We got Scuba Tanks music. Okay, not Huba's Tank, Scuba Tanks. Okay, and Steven's gonna play some songs for us when you are ready.
Check, check. How we doing? Thumbs up?
Great, man. How are you?
All right. Just making sure. Got the beanie. I'm doing good, Rich. Appreciate you. All right. 2 songs. One's like about love and one's kind of about death, so it's gonna be a good one. Good little set here. Fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In Llama Land, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you. get you up there where the air is rarefied. We'll just glide, oh starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may hear, oh angels cheer, because we're together. Otherwise it's such a lovely day. Just say the words and we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay. Oh, it's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Once I get you up there where the air is rarefied, oh we'll just glide, oh starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may hear angels cheer, because we're together. Otherwise it's such a lovely day. Oh, just say the words and we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Oh, come fly with me, let's fly away. Thanks, guys.
Hey, really quick, do you have your original sound on?
All right. Well, this one
Oh, I don't know
while
if your
back.
headphones aren't on.
It's got a bit of a sunken sailor kind of vibe, so I wrote it about a captain going down with the ship. It's called C'est la vie. C'est la vie, stop around, line 'em up, I'll take 'em down. Let's make a night to remember. One more last call. What do you sailors spare the fight? Thinking back, maybe you were right. But every ocean has its temper. Did somebody sound the alarm? Captain, I'm sure it'll hold, but the storm isn't giving way. Well, I know, but she's sinking so fast. All the lifeboats are packed. Are you sure you wanna stay? C'est la vie, every drop of 48-year-old scotch My girl, we've seen our share of splendor. Those were some damn good years. Is that all you've got, you little storm? 'Cause me, I've done this dance before, and I'll be damned if I surrender. Tell my wife I love her so, Captain, I'm sure it'll hold, but the storm isn't giving way. And I know, but she's sinking so fast, all the lifeboats are packed. Are you sure you wanna stay? And we're going down, and we're going down, and we're going down. Where is the captain now? And we're going down, and we're going down, and we're going down. Cheers to the captain now. Ooh. Captain, I'm sure it'll hold, but the storm isn't giving way. Yeah, I know, but she's sinking so fast, all the lifeboats are packed. Are you sure you wanna stay? And we're going down, and we're going down, and we're going down. Where is the captain now? Yeah, we're going down, yeah, we're going down, and we're going down. Cheers to the captain now. Ooh. And that's the captain song. It's called C'est la vie. Cool. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you, Richie. And if any chance you want to check out some more jams, hit me up on Instagram at Scuba Tanks Music. And I'll be there. Got a link tree, a couple tracks on there. Let's keep this going, baby. Richie, thank you.
Word. Thank you. Thank you. I think even if you had the suppression on, Kit was telling me that you sound so great it didn't even matter. No, awesome stuff, man. I love that song. As always, if you guys are watching, those of you on YouTube, or like, go follow Steven and his music journey, you know, his songs. It's always a lot of fun. When you have a chance, man, hope to see you at the open mics again. Tomorrow we're gonna be at Rosewood. That's our songwriter night, more or less. I can call it that. But hey, if you guys are just tuning in, this is our online mic. We do this every Monday, and it is open to anyone and everyone around the world. All you need is an internet connection, and then just, you know, some poetry or some writing. All right, so we are a couple people have not been able to make it, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to. I always have to read when people like do custom messages when they sign up. So our next performer might not have a voice by the time of the mic. So it's a 50-50 between poetry and the gurgling sound from The Grudge. You guys know the one. But I hope it's not the first one. Everyone, it's Lee Martinez Soto. Lee, MV Lee, when you're ready, take it away.
Hey, I do have a voice. It's going away soon, pretty much, based on how this is going. But all right, I have just 3 things, 2 new ones, and then a cover. The first one is called Cuidado con los Baches. This one, I wrote it as part of the Proof and Press poetry workshop that we had. That was a really good workshop, so just promoting it out there. Again, this is called Cuidado con los Valles. Driving through Juaritos is often an obstacle course. Between the valles, bordos, zanjas, sinkholes, and construction, it's often recommended you ride with someone who has plenty of experience on the streets and a sturdy car with enough space between its body and the floor unless you want to lose a part. I learned to drive on these streets, thrown at the mercy of a driving instructor whose version of a slow start was to take me into one of the most congested streets of the city. He reconsidered his approach to next class after 20 minutes of my awkward and abrupt braking, slow pace, and excellent aim at landing in every single valle. This was not my first attempt at driving. My first attempt at driving had been out of necessity. My mom needed a ride to get some food right after her back surgery. I was the oldest, so I had to sit behind the wheel and steer it with a total lack of confidence as my mom held on for dear life onto the grab handle. This was what prompted hiring a driving instructor instead of her teaching me. The streets of Juaritos have not improved at all since then. If anything, they have worsened. It's the most frustrating rite of passage to get a flat tire from falling into one valle, lose a car part from trying to drive through one of the many bordos, or get into a car crash thanks to a poorly planned and advertised construction. We laugh through those stories, either aggrandizing or minimizing the gravity of them to make ourselves feel better. A particular one that has stuck through the years for me is on a street we used to frequent to visit family. Rugged pavement was used for the entirety of the left lane of the street. Most traffic tends to avoid it, but if you have to turn left, you gotta turn. On our first time through the street, my brother drove my mother's car and wondered out loud if it was perhaps unfinished, thinking we were not supposed to use it. Our teeth shattered against each other, and I complained of the vibrations it sent to the top of my head. It's ripped, he started. I knew immediately where he was going, but I waited for the punchline. For her pleasure. He looked at me from the corner of his eyes, his mouth open in an annoying smile that signaled the end of his joke. If only the Machitos cared for her pleasure as much as the city's pavement does. All right, then this second one is brand new. It's called Gender Fuckery for the Transfronterizo. I never questioned my gender identity throughout my childhood. There was no need. Being a tomboy meant I often dealt with comments made contemptuously about my appearance, my hobbies, my personality. I used to embrace them. I took great pride when other kids would call me niño because I liked my hair short, my clothes loose, often imitating cosplaying men. Machorra, porque podía burlarlos jugando fútbol, and my fists could break through the gristle and skin. Marimacha, porque no me dejaba. My strength defined both in character and frame. As I grew older, I took these comments meant to put me back in my place as rebellion. I rejected femininity, put distance between me and girlhood and its closeness to womanhood. But I could not escape it fully. Alongside those contemptuous remarks meant to denigrate me, new words attached themselves to me. Puta, zorra, piruja. Words enunciated with derision and hatred leaving the lips of both the boys, who had once taught me too masculine, abrasive, and girls who had once wrote me letters as my legs carried me through fields and cheered for me when they hid behind me as I safeguarded them from harm. Males make the rules and laws, women transmit them, wrote Gloria Ansaldúa. I felt so alone, caught in the middle, wanting to be liked, wanting to be wanted and desired for who I really was. The questions only came once I was a country away, cruzando el bordo, removed from the sources of derision, in the relative safety of knowing no one and owing them nothing. It started with clothes, loose pants, oversized shirts, compression bras turned to binders, then hair, short to shaved, purples to greens. The pronouns changed once I gathered courage. Ella, él, him, her, ella, ellex, they, and it. And then the names. Back home, del otro lado, I was still performing womanhood to an extent. Mexicana, chicana, güerita, pinche gringa. Names and pronouns hidden under skirts and dresses, bordados de colores con mi nombre, ella. I split myself in the middle, mitad y mitad, but neither one or the other. Males make the rules and laws, women transmit them, wrote Gloria Anzaldúa. Perhaps I was meant to break them. I tore apart at the seams when I could not contain myself anymore, for I contain multitudes. And then there is my cover poem. I've been reading a lot of Gloria Anzaldúa because I have to write a lot for my thesis, and it's one of the main ones that I've been using. So this is from her book, The Border, La Frontera. She has this fear that she has no names, that she has many names, that she doesn't know her names. She has this fear that she's an image that comes and goes, clearing and darkening. The fear that she's the dream work inside someone else's skull. She has this fear that if she takes off her clothes, shoves her brain aside, peels off her skin, that if she drains the blood vessels, strips the flesh from the bone, flushes out the marrow, she has this fear that when she does reach herself, turns around to embrace herself, a lion's or witch's or serpent's head will turn around, swallow her, and grin. She has this fear that if she digs into herself, she won't find anyone, that when she gets there, she won't find her notches on the trees. The birds will have eaten all the crumbs. She has this fear that she won't find the way back. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. And you got your Substack, right? Do you want to promote that? Anything else, or?
Yeah, you can find my, I'll share my link, but on Linktree, I'm under as Cadáveres Literarios, and then on Substack, I'm as Lee Martinez Soto. I'll share the link so you can access it. Well, I've been posting the poetry there and also sharing on all other social medias in the case that you're interested in reading. Thank you.
Cool, perfect. Thank you so much. And I'll share that link in a moment. By the way, yeah, if for anyone who ever visits the border or lives on the border, I do say that Anzaldúa is required reading. You know, someone you should kind of have access to if you've not had the chance to dive in. Um, I just recently picked up this book from my buddy David Romo, Borderlands and the Mexican American Story. It's really good so far, actually, and this is really accessible, I think, to uh middle school, high school kids as well. And it just talks a lot about like counter narratives of just the whole history of the region, that Texas creation myth, manifest destiny, like just kind of a lot of the resistance that we've experienced, and a lot of the figures behind those resistance movements. And it's fitting in these times. So this is another local recommendation for you guys, if you guys want to check that out. I'm about halfway through, but I'm liking it a lot so far. Okay, so sorry. That was a bit of an ad slash commercial, I don't know, or just promo, but we're gonna go ahead and welcome someone who I know I've seen shown up at a Tumble Awards before, and a lot of Tumble Awards crossover, including our next performer joining us from Denver. We have Marlene. Marlene, welcome to our Monday Night Mic. When you're ready, go ahead and take it away. Hello, hello.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for letting me come. I pulled this one up after Brian read his glass one. This is something I wrote in my 20s. Shattered. Shattered shards of glass reflect, cut me, cut my feet till I bleed as I walk through shattered glass. Blue. Where can I find the blue sea where glass is sand? Whole, not fired. Whole, not shattered. Shattered shards reflect each other. How can reflections cut? Cut me so deep, I burn. Piercing my core, I bleed. Scorching my core, I weep. Shattered shards bring shattered tears. And this is old, but not nearly that old. Behind the curtain, certain Mobius mechanisms meet tooth to tooth as gears. Beneath the sand, snake sculpts its pattern again and again. I feel the essence of his being as my foot meets his sandy shadow before waves erase our mutual existence. I carry upon my presence the cast as it seeps through my feet. I remember my movements to navigate a crawl. When I first entered form, an impression of a fist against my mother's womb. My first gasp of breath on my exit as the cord of my survival was cut, discarded with placenta. Waves erase the wails of my conception. And this one's also old, from 2012. The archetype of death. In my youth, I dreamed of fairy tale endings, Prince Charming and castles, to be swept away, lavished in luxury and gifts. At 44, I thought I'd stumbled upon such happiness, a pop-up on my spiritual path. I should have known I was 44, my death number, but it hadn't been ingrained in me. This would be the engraving of my soul. What a grand disguise for the death of my relationships, the death of fairy tale dream, that I may embrace my true life path of death. I embodied the bronze joy and sorrow. First the fairy tale dashed, then kittens brought joy, ever brief, as the genocide began. One after another, 4 years and 4 months, 4 + 4 deaths. Such dark despair, foretold before I slipped into the glass slipper and slid down the slippery slope. All was so pretty and perfect, except that one dark cloud. How could that dark cloud grow so huge, create a deluge of tears where so many would die in the flood? And this last one ends a little happier. Judgment. Do not judge me by where I live. You know not the choices that got me here. Do not judge me by my clothes. You know not from whence they came. Do not judge me by the hue of my hair, the breadth of my hips. There is not a time proper to judge of these matters. Speak to me of words I speak. Judge me perhaps on their merit. Listen to my quiet solitude. Enter with me here. Perhaps this is a place of judgment. Quiet yourself free of worries. You may find then a discernment lost, which colors your world in a way you forgot, closer perhaps to the colors of my world. Let us sit with each other in our essence. Perchance here we may find the truth of who we may or may not be. Thank you.
Oh, excellent. Thank you for joining us, Marlene. And also, do you have anywhere where people can follow you online or?
I don't have it. I don't do social media. I have an email.
I envy you. Cool. All righty then. Well, and I know you do tumble wars often, huh?
Yeah, I've been coming back. Yeah.
Great. Cool. Well, we're here on Mondays whenever you want to come read, okay?
Thank you.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I have to be tethered to all the social media just to promote all these events. It's not preferable, for the mental health and all this stuff going on. Anyway, that was amazing, Marlene. Beautiful stuff. Speaking of tumble words, next up we got the man in lead who also graciously helped out last Monday by hosting Thank you again for that because we had a crazy week the week before, which is, I guess, happening again this week. But yeah, without further ado, it's time for Mr. Monday Night. I saw the pose, Mr. Monday Night Hit and Ran. When you're ready, man, take it away.
That's right. All right. Thank you, Richie. Marlene, so wonderful that you made it here tonight. Yeah. So, Dumbleport's people come in here. That's great. Yeah, so a couple of mine and then the cover poem. You know, Stalin was a poet. So there were steps that even he couldn't take. He'd harass and eventually carry away Osip Mandelstam, part ideology, part jealousy. But he couldn't touch Mandelstam's weapon. Even he had his limits. You know, it's actually more dangerous when the dictator likes you. Asked Bulgakov, the unwilling director of the Moscow Theater. You find yourself writing for an audience of one. The stakes couldn't be higher. What if one day he just changes his mind? Follows a new fashion. And nothing you did or were doing made any difference at all. At least Mandelstam got to write what he wanted to. A childish definition of freedom. But children get it right more often than we do. Because they don't care what happens to them. In this confusing mad time, may we all write with the freedom of a child ignoring a crosswalk. Yeah. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. So it's great for poetry, right? Oh. Gosh. And then let's do a different one to lighten the mood. Friday night, uncaffeinating myself at the local bar in the company of my best friend, who is also my personal attorney. He's been stood up for the second time this week by the same woman. But he won't accept my laughter or my sympathy. At least I'm in the gang, Kit! We're worried about you. You might die alone. But how could I be alone when I have a we? What a robust and useful we it is. They talk me out of unnecessary mea culpas. They edit my DMs for clarity. They surreptitiously feed me the name of the woman at the end of the bar who has reason to think she knows me. Sorry. The Chisme Industrial Complex will exceed all its targets this year, thanks to my self-appointed paparazzi. Rejection may still swell and puff like a bee sting, but do you remember what happens next to the bee? I have a nation of friends in places high, low, and hidden. How can anyone think of me as lonely when my love is legion like the Swiss Guard, when they are versatile like a Swiss knife, when they are reliable like a Swiss watch, outwardly neutral but deeply partisan, just like the Swiss. Guess I gotta read this one. It's been a while. The classics are classics for a reason. The comedians have renounced raunch and transphobia and hatred in general. They have seen their folly. They tell me. They credit me for their Damascene moments. They line up and say sorry and thank you as if it is all one word, a chant for newly shaved Hare Krishnas. They have set up this event, the first of its kind, to prove their sincerity to me. One approaches the mic, and then another. They are all reading aloud from the same worn copy of Capitalism and Schizophrenia by Gilles Deleuze. They pass the one copy between themselves as they all take their turn, going for exactly 7 minutes each. It has a used tag from a college bookstore, the University of Vermont. Charlie the Catamount is just barely smiling at me from the crinkled sticker on the spine. Their faces as they perform are intense, and as the others sit and watch, they are rapt. One is taking notes. My companion and I retreat to the patio, and by her leave, I smoke my first cigarette in 4 years. One by one, the comedians follow me out, eager and pleading like seminary students. Is this better? Are we better now, Kit? Have we made up for our sins and wayward lives? The truth is, I don't know. The truth is, I thought I would always have to fight against the comedians for saying one awful thing or another. I viewed it as a responsibility I had to the scene, and the truth is, I have a middle management bred paranoia about what it means when a responsibility gets taken away. The truth is, I liked to fight against the comedians so much that I never gave a thought to what victory would look like. The truth is, I confessed to the one with the notebook. I haven't read very much theory. And the cover poem, it is the pride of my life that it's taken off with so many other people. And this is one of the ones that sort of started the whole thing. This is The Psychic by Victoria Riddell. He said, I must pay special attention in cars. He wasn't, he assured me, saying that I'd be in an accident, but that for 2 weeks some particular caution was in order. And, he said, all I really needed to do was throw the white light of Alma around my car, any car I entered, and then I'd be fine. And when I asked about Alma, he said, oh, come now, you know Alma very well. You two were together, first in Egypt, and then at Stonehenge. And I nodded, though I've never been, in this life at least, to Stonehenge. And then I said, shouldn't I always throw the white light of Alma around a car? And when he said, well, it wouldn't hurt, I said, well, what about around planes? Houses? What if I throw the white light of Alma around anyone who might need protection from the reckless speed of driving or the reckless swerve and skid of the world? And the psychic opened his hands and shrugged up his shoulders. So, despite your doubts or mine as to why I'd gone there, to a psychic in, I kid you not, a town of psychics, right now, as you hear me, let me throw the white light of Alma around you and everyone you pass close to today, beloved or stranger, the grocer, the bus driver, the boy on his longboard, the lady you stand silent beside in the elevator, and also I am throwing it around anyone they care about, anywhere in the spin of the world, because we can agree that these days, everywhere, particular caution is in order, and even if unverifiable, the light of my dear sister Alma couldn't hurt. All right. Speaking of things that couldn't hurt, well, I fumbled that one, but never mind. Tumble Words tumbles on. March the 15th, we will have a local like Cassie Holguin Pettinato running the show with protest poetry. She's very good at integrating all of those city issues into her poetry, and you know, there's never really a time when that kind of poetry is irrelevant, but sometimes it's more in your face than other times. I think we can all agree on that. Then March 22nd, we induct a new person into the Hall of Hosts because David Latif will be taking the reins on March 22nd with a great workshop that they've really done a great job, and I'm really looking forward to it. And then March 29th will be Richie Marrufo with a great workshop as well. So we got nothing but bangers all the way down here at Tumblewords, and that's true of BWOMS too. Candace did a great job with her first Writers Night, and there's going to be a second Writers Night. We have a new venue on Thursday, and tomorrow at Rosewood, the more genteel of our two downtown venues. And it's funny because there's going to be a Geeks Who Drink trivia at La Bang Bang, which is next door to Rosewood. So for one night at least, it's never been easier to beat me. So, show up early, play trivia with me, and then we'll go to the mic next after that. But yeah, we'll hand it on back to Richie whenever he's ready.
Cool. Thank you, Kit. Appreciate all those plugs there. All right. Next up we have oh yeah, so tune in for Tumblewords. I got one coming up as well, as he mentioned. All right, we're gonna tune in we got Zach next, Las Vegas, New Mexico. Let's see where he is. Zach, when you're ready, go ahead and take it away. All right.
Yeah, you know what? Thanks, Richie, so much, dude. Okay, thanks too. Both you guys say you do so much. Hey, my daughter today, she said, my 4-year-old daughter, she said, Daddy, you drunk? And I was like, you picked one of the times that I was at my least drunkest. But she somehow said it. Daddy, you drunk? Okay, I wrote a poem. I do have a poem. In Between Sandstorm, I think, maybe. Okay. No, it was lightning. Brain. They say, detox. Hell. It was hell. Fire. Skin burn. It wasn't even drugs. Detox. Remind me what I have done. End up. Scrubs. Help. Is it God? Who do I ask? Help me. Detox. Dude, it wasn't even drugs. They called it hell. They called it something. Detox. Delirium tremor. Wizard, front window, wanted to talk. You took me, ER. Dreams, nightmare, cocaine dealer. No phone calls. I was doing legal drug. Detox. Asking for help. No one show. Asking for forgiveness. God doesn't even answer my calls. I was compromised, physically unable, move, walk to front door, desert, sandstorm. Remember, calendar reminder, meeting mom first time, asked if she needed anything to drink, thinking head. Well, I do. She asked for root beer, but Coke would be fine. See behind, look ahead, no expectation. Hope she likes me. Break bread. I don't know. Dreams are nightmares. Lord, let me rest. Sleep, dream, say right things. Please, it's been 37 years. Say right things. Like, I don't recall mistake. Right decision. Correct choice made. Don't mind me. I drink, mostly vodka. Drugs, not in a while. Detox. Thoughts I keep to myself. Here I am, poetry, washed out, burning it down. I'm sorry. Detox. Mama, I'm sorry. Hope I am. Everything you imagine. I would be love. I love you.
All right. That was Zach. All right. And if you could see little rectangles up here on the Zoom call, we got people clapping away. In case you didn't know that, Zach, and for all the fine peeps here on YouTube, again, if you're tuning in, let us know you're here. It's been a while, Zach. Man, you're Your style's unique, unlike most that we've had here. Yeah, glad you're part of this whole thing. We got a couple more people left, guys. So please stick around if you can. In fact, we're gonna go ahead and get international here, and Julian Matthews, if you are still, yes, okay, cool. We got Julian Matthews joining us today, and I totally forgot the hour changes and everywhere, so I know that threw you off. So yeah, when you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
Hi, yeah. Thanks. Mm, two short ones. The first one is called oh, She gathers broken things. She gathers broken things. Along the river that once held their dreams. Perhaps if they could be pieced together as art, it would be a kind of redemption for the things that were once whole, that never made it to their intended destination. Or maybe to make them sing again, restore their souls, tell their glorious tales brung on glorious sails, the lands they traversed, the oceans they roamed, and to finally be seen, be held again, cherished in this warm new place called home. Um, and the second one, thank you, and the second one is called Imposter Syndrome. Are you a megaphone or a microphone? Or a washed up conch shell awaiting the random stranger to pick you up, hold you tight, listen in close to hear the soundtrack of your pelagic saline wanderings. As the Watley sun kisses the sky and sea goodbye, the tremolo of youthful laughter melding with waning waves. And in the distance, a mother beckoning a child to come back to the shaded picnic table for sasi and sambal sandwiches and those old stories that tickle the wind chimes in your heart, echoing in that void you avoid, that muted hole in your unamplified soul. End poem. Thank you.
Wow, dang, I like that. Tickle the wind chime in your heart. Old stories. That's cool. I like that one. I like that imagery a lot. Heavy pieces here. Hold on. There we go. Cool. Thank you, Julian. And as always, you have your link tree, right? We will forward that to everyone. Let me go ahead and get back on the spotlight here. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in with us. Yeah, cool. Um, I always love the shared screen experience as well, getting to see it again on page, so to speak. All right, we're gonna go ahead and come back to the U.S. In fact, capital. It always works out this way somehow. But we got Ed Poetastic up next, and Ed, let me find you here. Hey, happy Monday! When you're ready, go and take it away.
Thank you, my bro, like no other words like thunder. Hello, everyone. My name is Ed Potasso. I'm feeling fantastic. Please time to join my rhyme. Thoughtful sublime. We're going to have a heck of a time. All right. I have 13 St. Patrick's Day poems, and I got 2 poems from our wonderful Michael Sindler from his awesome workshop at Tumble Words. And I got 2 other poems. They're short. So 4 poems in total. But the first joke is, what is a leprechaun's favorite time of day? Anyone? Golden hour. Why did the leprechaun turn down a bowl of soup? He already had a pot of gold. What kind of spells do leprechauns use? Lucky charms. What would you call a big Irish spider? Patty Longlegs. How did the leprechaun get big muscles? He kept pushing his luck. What kind of bow is a leprechaun's unable to tie? A rainbow. What do you call an Irishman bouncing off the walls? Rick O'Shea. What did the Irish potato say to his sweetheart? I only have eyes for you. How do you know an Irishman is having a great time? He's doubling over. Corned beef and cabbage walk into a diner. Walk into a diner. The host says, "Sorry, we don't serve dinner here." What's the best way to make gold soup? Use 14 carrots. And last but not least, why did leprechaun marriage in a divorce? One discovered the other was a gold digger. Pot of gold, over the rainbow. But anyway, I hope you enjoy those jokes. The first poem is called Strings of Destiny. Destiny, life isn't foreseen. I'm not trying to be obscene. Let me ask you a simple question. Do you think destiny changed your situation? Do you think it will calm your storms or repair your interpersonal dorm? Do you think it would heal the pain or increase the knowledge in your brain? Do you really need a magical object or an award for your awesome project? People always want fantasy to help them swallow reality. Destiny or fate, do you think it matters? We are still the main courses on the platters. Someone asks, not for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for D, or just different fishes in the same blue sea. Words don't matter in the roller coaster of life. It's either brace yourself for a squabble or a fight. Life doesn't hold favorites, not even one. If it's hard for you, it's much rougher for someone. Thank you. The other one's called Small Struggles. Does an ant love being an ant, stuck in the same pattern and chant? Does a worm love being a worm, mistakenly spotted being uglier than any germ? No, but they struggle like you and me. Struggling isn't unicorns, rainbows, or glee. Some people are born in loss and pain, or stuck singing in the downpour of rain. We don't choose the struggle, we try to get by, trying our hardest to help them, boy, girl, or woman, or guy. I try not to sigh, scream, whimper, complain, or cry. I try to not let the light in my eye die. I know life is tough, but you have to survive. Be grateful you're breathing and being alive. Don't let your pain swallow you up as quicksand. Someone can understand giving you a hand. True victory comes from enduring hardship. Life is a heck of a bittersweet relationship. Thank you. This other one's called Feminine Flower. Please seed me. Please don't weed me. Please grow me. Please don't shrink me. Please hold me. Please don't pluck me. Please light me. Please don't shadow me. Please water me. Please don't drought me. Please feed me. Please don't starve me. Please rain on me. Please don't storm me. Please soil me. Please don't pest me. Please shine me. Please don't hide me. Please root me. Please don't cut me. Please love me. Please don't hate me. Please nurture me. Please don't eat me. Please support me. Please don't deny me. Please strengthen me. Please don't weaken me. Please flower me. Please don't deflower me. Please protect me. Please don't harm me. Please heat me. Please don't chill me. Please spread me. Please don't drought me. Thank you. And the last one is called Luminous Sunrise. Hey June, don't make it bad. Sorry. 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 Hey June, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart, and you will start to making it better. Be a luminous light in the pitch darkness. Shine your radiant glow on the tiny plants. Fill the melancholy weather with eternal bliss. Spread your lights among the starving ants. Turn your endless rain into vibrant heat. Burn the prickle thorns so far away. Cheer on the blackened hearts and frigid feet. Ease heavy burdens over lowest days. Help us grow wings to dance in sky, making our pain and sharp grief decay. Spread our cold ashes to where they lie. Be the golden road that puts us on course in order to bask in and taste greener pastures. Be the white pill that destroys the toxic source. Levitate us fallen hopes on a higher measure. Create the flame that inspires the blind. Get lost in their worldly pleasant chime. To help shine, dazzle, and grow our minds. Please swallow the ugly, murky meadows to rebirth a much clearer and bluer pond. Help kill away the doubtful, tearful shadows to help to be happy, to be able to happily and freely move on. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, awesome, man. Thank you. How can people follow you online?
Sure, you can follow me or support me online while coming to this wonderful workshop. I'm sorry, come to this wonderful open mic that makes her money light, such a light in the wonderful, fantastic spotlight. All right. But if you want to follow me, please feel free. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman and my IG is 8492. And remember, if the mic is right, I'll be there to sound my patriotic insight. If you send a request, you take yes. The answer is yes. Hope everyone stay healthy, safe, and blessed. Never stop spewing the wonderful words inside your chest. Now stop being and feeling and doing your best. And always remember that you're more important than you ever know. Don't stop your glow and never stop your flow. If you don't know, now you know. I love this show.
All right, thank you. Awesome, Ed. All right. It's words of comfort, every Monday night. That's how we do it. Okay. All right. Last perform. Hold on. Let me double check the list and who's here. Okay then. In that case, we are gonna go ahead and, as always, bring in the closer to close out the night. As usual, we got Dan the man. Dan, wait. Yeah, let's get you on here as soon as you're ready, Dan. Who's never ready? I can't keep stalling for you every time, Dan. I did not prepare anything, so uh all right. So really quick then, BWOMS.com, check out the calendar. Obviously, we're here every Monday. One of the best ways to get the list is to subscribe to our link tree. It's just as easy as clicking a button. When you click on it, there's a little button up there on the link tree that says subscribe. You can get an email notification. What else? Oh, so yeah, so Tuesday we'll be at Rosewood. It's gonna be there's gonna be a show at Mona Bar as well, an acoustic show. So come check that out. Sign up starts at 8 p.m. Show starts at 9. We're gonna be at Rosewood, and apparently Geeks to Drink will be there at La Bang Bang. So a lot of stuff, and of course you got the legendary Tap Bar and Restaurant. Definitely a chance to grab those nachos. Big fan of those. Wednesday, we're going to be at Proof and Press. Come through. It might get packed, so find some seats. Candace will be leading the workshop at 7 till about 8:30. Then we'll do the open mic, do the sign up. Thursday, we're going to be on the east side, far east side, Rally Point East. And then, of course, yeah. All right, here's Dan. All right, when you're ready, take it away. Because, yeah, stalling once again. Peace. There you are.
I know I'm eating dinner. It's time to eat. Now it seems I like the feet, but I'm sitting down, relaxing my feet. I don't know where to eat. Yeah. You know, well, I know we're about a week away till St. Patrick's Day. Just wear green or it's sorry about your damn luck. I know how mean, but who gives a yeah. All right. Anyway, yeah, I'm wearing red. Yeah, who can we fed? Bro, you say red's better than dead. Right? White is light, red is dead. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just sitting down. I don't have, well, no need for a hook because I don't have a book. We're going to need to look. Yeah. So, so the only thing is just, well, I'm only enjoying the spring break. Okay, take my break. Hold on. Well, this week off's no fake, so I'm just enjoying my spring break. So are you, Richie? Yep. So, so spring break. All right, guys. Well, I know next Monday is St. Patrick's Day, so wear green. Don't be mean. So just lean or sorry about your damn luck. I know it's kind of mean, but like who gives a explicit delete? Okay, guys. So, all right, guys. Just follow me on Instagram. Catch my latest episodes on Dan Man's Weekly on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much. You have a great night. See you next Monday for St. Patrick's Day. All right. And since and Richie, enjoy your spring break, and let's call it a night.
All right, Tan. Thanks. Hey, I was reading about the San Patricios in Texas who joined the Mexican War here. Pretty cool history. Checking out again another plug. Check out David Romo's book Borderlands and the Mexican American story. Hey, also if you're in town, I think this weekend, my friend Josh Marin is going to be playing a set at Neep Collective. That's a cool spot in the northeast El Paso or Neep. Get it? Be on the lookout for that. And I want to thank everyone who tuned in today for the online mic. As always, we'll be back next Monday. You can check out the link tree if you want to join us. But yeah, for the online mic, another Monday. You guys have a great week. Be safe out there. Keep fighting the good fight.